Hello, my name is Dave Jongeward. I'm the campus pastor here at Colorado Christian University, and I want to share with you an overview of spiritual formation here at our school. Before I do that, I want to give you a quick update on who I am and my family and some things just about me. And I want to show some pictures because I'm kind of a family guy. So bear with me as I share some pictures with you, and then we'll go see we'll talk about spiritual formation. First of all, I came to Colorado Christian University about 5 years ago. I had been working on faculty at a Christian college in Portland, Oregon for 30 years up to that point. And I was born and raised on a mission field in Africa as a little kid, and then we came home to Central Washington. I loved Africa a lot as a little kid. You can imagine a boy growing up in Africa. That was incredible. Excuse me, grew up with 6 kids in our family. And from Central Washington, I went off to Wheaton College, where I majored in psychology. And the summer after my senior year of college, I got married to a gal that I had met in school. Debbie is my wife, and we have now been married for, this summer it will be 44 years. So God has really blessed us, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey with Debbie. God has blessed us with 4 wonderful kids, Abigail, Andrew, Adam, Allegra. And I'm sure that you all know, because you're parents, that kids grow up really fast, really fast. Our kids were just a blessing to us, and we had great times traveling around doing a bunch of things together as a family. And we grew up primarily in the Portland area, where I was teaching on faculty at a Christian college in Portland. Now all of our kids are married, and want to give you a quick overview of each one so that you'll know about our family. I chose some senior graduation pictures because I figure most of you are at that stage in your family where your kids are graduating from high school. So I wanted to relate and show you my connection to all of you guys. Abby is our oldest, graduated back a number of years ago, and then went off to Wheaton College and met her husband, Carl, and they've been married now for about 14 years, and they live in Portland, Oregon, and they don't have any kids. Our son, Drew, went off to school in England and met his wife, Lisa, who is from Austria, and they got married in downtown Salzburg, Austria, which is just a gorgeous place to get married. Drew got a job working back in Austria, and he owns his own business now. And Drew and Lisa have 2 little girls, Pippa and Charlie. They are our Austrian family, and they live in Salzburg, and we get to see them quite often. We're very excited to be able to see them. Our son Adam wanted to be an engineer, and after he graduated from high school, went to University of Illinois and Stanford for his master's degree, and then became an engineer and got married to Mackenzie. And they have now 2 kids, Benson and Naomi, and they live in Portland as well. And then our youngest daughter, Allegra, has always been involved in music and modeling and a bunch of things. And she is currently single, living in Portland as well. And so we have 3 of our children living in Portland as adults and 1 living in Austria. So Debbie and I are empty nesters, even though we have a very full tribe for a family. So that's just a quick overview of our kids and family. And now I wanted to share with you a little bit more about spiritual formation at CCU. You know, I'm really excited to be here working in spiritual formation, because at CCU, spiritual formation is very foundational to what we do as a school. It's not just an added on piece, it's strategically woven into our curriculum, into our campus, into all of our activities. And my department, the campus ministries department, gets to establish kind of a structure and the intentionality of spiritual formation here on campus. And that's spiritual formation is demonstrated in a number of ways at CCU. First of all, through the integration of faith and learning in the classroom and everything that we do. We're a Christian college, and we don't make any apologetics about being Christian, because Jesus is at the core of what we do. and what we teach and what we practice and how we live our faith. And so in all the classrooms, we have a spiritual component, which is core to our spiritual formation. Secondly, in the whole student life area, which is all of the non-academic sector of the school, in the Dean's Department, we're strongly committed to spiritual formation. We have a lifestyle covenant that all the students sign that say they're committed to Jesus Christ, the principles of the Bible, and to spiritual growth. In our residence halls, a lot of spiritual growth happens in conversations with their roommates and in their stairwells and with their RAs and deans. Academics as well, it's very strong spiritual formation. What a privilege to play sports at a Christian college and to have devotionals on your sports trips and to really carry out and practice the life of Jesus on and off the court. And then in all of our student activities, we've designed those in such a way that they're not just activities, but they have a spiritual foundation, a spiritual DNA, as it were, that penetrates into everything that we do on campus. So all of our student life is very much focused on spiritual formation. Our campus ministries department and myself is in the student life program. Student life consists of everything that's not academic, directly academic related. Jaron Felker might have mentioned some things about the first year integration course. All first year students at CCU will take an integration course, a first year integration course. And its design is to introduce you to the basic concepts of spiritual formation. We have a whole lecture and assignment on spiritual disciplines, which gets students into practicing spiritual disciplines. It's a lot of introduction to knowing yourself, understanding your strengths, your personality, your spiritual gifts, a lot of things, because we believe that God designed each person uniquely, and in that design, they can live out their spiritual life and reach out to others in terms of evangelism and discipleship. Every FYI class has as one of its textbooks the book Pursuit of Holiness, because we think that is just a core curriculum for starting out your spiritual formation process. Secondly, in that FYI class, we focus on service. We have some service requirements, and throughout the 4 years of a CCU student's college education, they're required to engage in 180 ministry credits or ministry service hours. Those can be in the form of missions trips or church ministry or on-campus ministry, a variety of ways, and we talk about the role of service in that class as well. And then there's discipleship groups, which I'll mention a little bit more specifically later, but we keep records of attendance of discipleship groups in the FYI program. All first-year students are required and placed into a discipleship group, and these are very strategic and very exciting opportunities for students to get involved in Bible study and prayer with their fellow students, and we see small groups as a very critical part of spiritual formation. Last fall, we had, I believe, almost 100 small groups on campus, and so we believe in spiritual formation through the use of small groups. Then our campus ministries department, which I'm the chairman of, we focus on outreach in missions, and then on campus and discipleship, and then we also offer our counseling center. Let me go a little bit deeper in each one of those programs. Our student missions, we're very excited about missions here at CCU. This last year, we had 25 missions trips planned. We unfortunately had to cancel them due to the virus, but we strongly encourage every student to engage in some kind of a short-term missions trip. And about 1/4 of our students go on a missions trip every year. So you can anticipate that your student will probably, during their time here at CCU, engage in a missions trip. There's a lot more I could say about missions, but that's really an exciting dimension. And then, like I mentioned, every first-year student engages in discipleship, and we're just very, very committed to discipleship. Upper class students volunteer to be the D group leaders, and it becomes a very, very good and powerful small group experience for all of our students. And then we offer a counseling center on campus. We have a full-time director with her PhD and an assistant director and a bunch of interns that volunteer their time to counsel our students. So we're able to offer close to 200 hours a week of free counseling for our students, because we believe that counseling is a critical part of spiritual formation, and we want to offer that resource to our students. We have chapel. Chapel is every Tuesday, Thursday in the morning, and students are required to achieve 180 chapel credits by the time they graduate. And we have a lot of extra credit chapels in the evenings as well, so there's a lot of opportunity to get chapel credits. We have a wide variety of chapel speakers. We draw from pastors in our community. We have international speakers. We now have Lee Strobel, who is a part of our school, heading up the Lee Strobel Institute for Evangelism and Apologetics. We've had speakers like Dr. Larry Crabb and others come in and speak on campus. About once a month, our president, President Don Sweeting, speaks in chapel. We have worship chapels. We have missions chapels. We just have a wide variety of chapels, and that's offered every 2 days on Tuesday, Thursday. We recruit student-led worship teams that lead us in worship, and we have a prayer-focused ministry as well that happens every single chapel. I strongly encourage you to come visit our chapels and to experience it live. We live stream all of our chapels, so you can access those chapels online as well, and you can join in with us in those chapel experiences. And then finally, we, as part of our spiritual formation, we really, really push the local church ministry. We strongly believe in the local church. In fact, this next year, our theme for the whole school year is going to be the local church, and we're going to have a lot of our chapels focused on local church, and we'll be pushing that theme. This last year, our theme was the year of evangelism, and we had a lot of focus on how to share your faith in a practical way. And so these components right here are the ones that make up the spiritual formation process. And so I'll be sitting on a panel with some of our other key student life staff, and you can ask me more detailed questions then about our spiritual formation process, or feel free to contact me as well if you have any questions. And I'm excited to get to know you better, and I'm excited to have you here with us. Thanks a bunch.